Tristan, tell me, who is this guy? Could he have done something like this?
Tristan would never do something like this. I mean, Tristan can command character references from, his preschool teachers, right up to his university lecturers. Sometimes we're at the mall and teachers who would have taught him in, elementary school walk up and they hug him and they ask him how he's doing because, he's just such a charming person, a very gentle person. He's always concerned about, other people. He would never, disrespect anyone, physically, verbally, in any way. He's just not that kind of person. I've grown up with him, the way our parents have, raised us, He's not that kind of person. We are not that kind of people.
What's your family going to think about all this?
They're going to be, shocked, horrified, hurt. I think that would be the biggest piece, hurt. Because, my parents made a lot of sacrifices to ensure that, we got a good education, we're well-rounded individuals. They ensured we were involved in, church. They ensured we had, a good spiritual upbringing. In terms of extracurricular activities, music, drama, they made sure we got involved in things. They invested a lot of time into making sure that we became decent, adults, making a valid contribution to society. And I think they would be hurt to know that, they're proud of us, for what we've done, what we've achieved, and they'd be hurt to know that after all their hard work and all we've tried to be good people, to be contributing people, that someone can just, out of nowhere, make these false charges, false accusation, against Tristan's character, because that's what it comes down to. If you have nothing else, what you have that is yours, that is your possession, is your character. That's something our parents taught us. And that, someone should attack that for, there's no valid reason for it to be attacked and try to sully his name. They would be extremely hurt.
Who are you angry with most of all? Is it the accusers, or is it how the system was set up with the county?
I think I'm most angry with the system because to me it appears there's no justice. And just stepping out and looking at it from a broader context, the police weren't interested in catching the perpetrator, which I think is important because if there's a guy running around interfering with women in Comal County on the river, you want to get him off the river behind bars somewhere. That guy's still running around. They don't care about that. They just care that they've found a lamb to lead to the slaughter. I don't know whether, it's a quota they need to achieve, it's money for the city, but, there's no concern for justice from how I see the investigation was carried out and the legal process that has followed. It's not about justice. And that concerns me deeply.
Tristan, potentially from this arrest and being charged with this, even if it's expunged, and it is in the process of being expunged, when he applies to come to school in the United States or even in Canada, because the United States and Canada share security information for Homeland Security, they're going to see your arrest record and they're going to ask him about it. And he could potentially be denied the chance to come here to further his education or even immigrate to the United States, which for anyone from the rest of the world, immigrating to the United States or Canada is a dream. It's a better life. And so because of the callous disregard these cops had, these police down in New Braunfels had in this arrest, it was business as usual for them. They just needed a black male to go to jail. $700, 6 months probation, that's their usual MO. They didn't care that he was a foreign national and this might affect him in that way at all. They didn't care about that. They didn't think about that twice. They just needed to get him arrested and off to jail and be done with it. And they just tailored the case to make it that way, to make it as easy for them as possible and get us out of their face.
Yes, there was this guy. He came up and he said he was a fire officer, and he vehemently said,
A fireman.
Oh, yes, a fireman. And he came up and he vehemently said to the police, that's not the guy. You've got the wrong guy. It's somebody else you're looking for. He was ignored by the police. They refused to take a statement from him. He hung around for a while. Maybe in the hope that the police would, pay some attention to him. They never did. And he eventually left the scene and, wished us best of luck, I guess at this point, if, that guy, would like to come forward, because, at the time, we were very distraught, and what we should have done was, asked him for his name and contact. But, if it's possible, this guy, who you are, if you can come forward, identify yourself to us, it would really be helpful for us in clearing the name of an innocent person who's been forced to endure, significant hardship for a charge, which, is something he did not commit.